can recruit some troops here. I might even grab a few troops from the garrison here. I'm definitely going to dump off some of these low-level troops. But the value of food in the city is enormous, especially in this situation where it's our capital. As I do this little transferring of troops here, by the way, I'm just looking for shock troops, more archers, higher quality troops, right? Because if we're going to be marching around with a smaller army, we must have elite troops in the army. Fortunately, we have some stocked here. But we've got all our best equipment here at Danustica. This is going to be our capital. It's going to be a place that we defend to the death if need be. The unfortunate part about that is it's not a terrific defensive citadel. It's not easy to defend in siege. That doesn't mean we won't try. We're not just going to give up. And we may even auto-resolve a few sieges here. If you don't know, of course, the auto-resolve for defensive locations is quite effective, right? You can perform auto resolves where you might not even be able to win in the actual siege. Now, I'm not going to exploit it to death, but we may use that a few times as part of the game mechanics. All right, so Danustica, we're storing up a bunch of food, and why we're doing that, of course, when it gets sieged, sometimes it's going to be sieged for 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row, the food levels will crater in the city, especially because it has high prosperity, and that means lots of people eating lots of food. One of the best ways, of course, to recover from that is to sell food in the market. It's a strange dynamic. You don't have any control over the food, like being given only to the people. Basically, sorry about this. Basically, how it works is you sell a bunch of food, and then the people evidently go to the market and use their little coins to buy some bread and shit like that. And the next thing you know, your food level, the little indicator of how much food you have goes up. Your peasants start eating again, and you know, life goes on. You recover. I think we're going to get even leaner here. I think we're just going to run with our 3 companion armies. 1, 2, 3. We got Volg. He's kind of a faster companion army. He's got a bunch of cavalry. It still seems too slow though, right? We're almost 1,000 troops, and it's just kind of sluggishly moving about the battlefield, and I have all these targets of opportunity. And just like I mentioned before, an episode or 2 ago, you need to be lean and mean sometimes when you have all these fucking enemies raiding your villages, right? These troops that we just let go, hopefully those guys go around and round up. In fact, you can see them. They're catching fucks, right? Furcrid of the Brotherhood was taken prisoner. So-and-so was taken prisoner by Volg. That's the guy we just released. Okay. Well, so this is the danger of being lean and mean, right? We cannot attack this force in the open. This is almost 3,500 sturgeons. However, I don't have any intention of fighting them in the open, right? We have archers, we have crossbow, and this castle here in this campaign, I mentioned it earlier, you may not have noticed, this is an incredibly easy to defend castle. This is going to be a bastion of strength. Look at this guy. He's getting slaughtered. Tessina is getting killed. Lovely. So we've got more crises to deal with after this, but we're going to have to take these sturgeons on ourselves. Now this castle, the blueprint, or whatever you want to consider it, right? The structure of this castle is repeated throughout Calradia. There's probably 7, 8 castles on the map of Calradia that look like this castle. This is their king or whatever, the prince of the sturgeons with his stupid haircut. He looks like a cross between Mussolini and Hitler. Hopefully we slay this guy and he gives us his fucking legendary axe or whatever. I mean, we've got almost 900 troops, so we're not that badly outnumbered. It's about 4 to 1. But this castle, we could be outnumbered 10 to 1 and still win. Of course, a lot of you guys are familiar with this. I've actually fought a siege defense already in this castle in this campaign. And it may get to a point where I just show you, you know, hey, we've got 700, the enemy has 2,600, and I'm not going to show you the siege defense, right? Once you see 2 or 3 of these, you guys are all brilliant enough. You guys understand. The tacticians on here are probably doing this just as well as I am, or better, right? You guys are probably making improvements upon my siege defenses, adding some of the dynamic shit that you guys have with your own game, and in this castle, wholesale slaughter of the enemy. Explain what I'm doing here. I'm setting up a 4th corps because I like this left side of the castle. I like to have guys on the wall here, right? This wall is really close to the front gate, so if you can get archers on the left wall, these guys will pound the enemy with arrows. The 5th corps, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, we have a ton of troops. It's the battle size mod, so we probably have 700 troops on the battlefield, and the enemy probably has, well, they do have 1,300, right? Because 2,000 is the maximum. So we'll put the 4th Corps right there, the 1st there, the 2nd to the left of the door. That way they can throw javelins. In fact, let's adjust this unit here. We want more javelins in there. That way those guys can just expel all their javelins into the sides and backs of the sturgeons. The square will pull away from those guys once the enemy starts to come through the gate. And these, between the 2nd and the 4th up on the walls there, those guys are going to pound the enemy. The 3rd is an auxiliary shock troop division to attack the enemy at need. It's going to defend that wall over there. The 4th, again, I just want it stretched out here. The guys at the front are a little bit vulnerable, right, to arrow fire and whatnot. And we'll put the 5th. Well, we got the 5th. We don't even need all these troops. We have like 300 archers here. We'll put the 5th, 6th. So kind of the 7th. The 8th Corps is another massive corps of troops. I think we'll put the 7th Corps up on these back walls here. They're extremely safe, and it will function as like an opt-out clause if things get really ugly. I have a whole secondary defense planned for this city. So I'm probably gonna have to manually set them. I'm not gonna be able to set them up like I want. So I think I'll do that right at the beginning of the battle here. I'll just plop these guys down and run my horse over there to set those guys up. Oh shit, I'm on the wall. All right, let's get moving. Let's try not to get shot off the walls here or go galloping off the walls. That would be the end of the siege, right? Or at least for Cole, as you can't get back in. Nobody will let you in once you're out. Just stupid. All right, so right up here, I've got the 7th Corps following me. Follow me. All these archers are pouring up the walls here. All I'm going to do here is stretch them out in a big long snake all the way up here, and almost all of these guys will be able to shoot the guys coming in the gate. Now, they're a long ways away. They're not going to do major damage, but these guys are very safe. You can see what will happen if we have to retreat here. These guys will be able to rain down arrows on the enemy, just like, what is that, Clear and Present Danger? It's probably too old a movie for most of you kids, but it's basically like the ambush scene there, where the Colombians are just totally throttling the Secret Service agents in the alleyway, right? These guys are going to be our Colombians here with their RPGs and whatnot. You just tell them to stand still, and now all these guys are locked and loaded. A pretty good line of sight, right? They can shoot the whole courtyard down there. There's even guys on the little stairs there. That's going to be pretty nasty. I got a catapult here. I can hear one getting turned. You know, they're cranking away on the gears. We have fireballs right here. This is beautiful. So, priority number 1, of course, is destroy the siege tower. Priority number 2 is destroy the ram, but in my experience at this castle, you cannot destroy the ram very easily because of these angles. Boom, the siege tower's down, instant killed. And now we're going to try to just fucking explode as many of these troops as possible. I'm probably going to do more throwing of these bombs than using the catapult. That is the one negative of this castle. I'm sure there's more than one negative, but the big one is your siege weapons go right over the head of the enemy, even on the lowest setting, so to speak, right? You can tune that down to the lowest level, and it'll still fly right over the troops' heads. All right, so I just realized this side is going to be where all the action is, right? Because over there, their siege tower is destroyed. These guys at least are scoring some kills, this palace guard. So we'll jump back on here for a few of these, pick up some kills. But we're going to start lobbing these fireballs NBA style. Kaboom, right? And of course, the enemy has all elite troops. These forces we're facing truly are powerhouses. This strength and AI mod may not be perfect, but man, is it great for making this game hard. I think I can, yeah, we can even hit those archers there, right? Cole's got some strong triceps. He can fling these balls. He would be in the Olympics, right? In the 1086 or whatever, 1107 Olympics. Cole would definitely be a participant. Now, I want to wait here. They're coming for these ladders, and this is the only other access they have besides the main gate. What that means is that, and in fact, they're coming right now, hundreds of troops are about to line up here in a thick mass. I'm just going to wait. Right, I've got like 7-8 fireballs there. We could just fling these thing out here, and it's gonna, every one of these balls is gonna kill like 10 guys. Now I just want to throw as many of these as I can in a hurry because there's more fireballs. I think we had 2, I don't know if we had 2 fire catapults or 2 other catapults, but we're gonna take full advantage of this. Now, this is their only access besides the main gate. So you can see the slaughter pen that we've designed here. Again, I'm not going to be covering this castle over and over again. I'm going to do it one more time here because this is a massive force of tough sturgeons. This will kind of be like the litmus test, right? If we can get by this, you pretty much know we can defend against anything, right? This is 3,500, 3,400, very high level sturgeons. You can tell by the death spam, right? Every guy there is tier 5 and 6. And now let's go to work here on the floor. Our javelin throwers are going to be pounding everything in sight. We've got the third corps right there to hold those guys back. Get off. Cole doesn't have that fast a throwing speed yet, but he's gonna, right? He's gonna be throwing it through these shields before too long. And these guys are in trouble when that happens. They're already in trouble. This guy. Cole is still growing, by the way. Some people might be wondering. He is the son of Wazu. Right now, he is 6'6", 230. He's kind of a lean 230. But eventually, Cole is going to be a huge person. A huge Aserai warrior. All right, main gate has a huge amount of defenders there. We're going to bring these defenders this way and unleash hell with all those javelins, right? All those archers and javelins. Look at the barrage of shit going in there. We even got our horse charging the enemy here. All these javelin throwers fire at will, right? And here comes the javelins, just a complete hail of darts of javelins. I can add my fucking javelin to the mix here. And the death spam, even though these are elite troops, they're dying almost as fast as they come in the door. And they're not killing very many of our guys. Now the third corps, we're just going to bob back and forth like a yo-yo, right? We're going to have those guys attack and then back off, attack and then back off. Same thing with the second corps. I don't really even want to be offensive here. Look at all these troops up here just firing away. All these archers. Every guy is locked and loaded. We got a few more catapults here. We can rain in on the enemy. I'm going to keep an eye on the gate while I do this, but I don't think it's a problem, right? I've done this castle siege so many times. I actually had an episode where I set these formations and sat down, right? You can't actually sit, you can only kneel. But I literally kneeled and we won the siege still. And we were outnumbered like 5-1. If you set this up right, it's literally fire and forget. This is one of the strongest castles for defense. I think there's some rocks here we can probably throw. So here's what we do, right? We charge with the third corps. I'm going to be able to dump all of these balls. Oh, my horse is there. Oh, shit, I just killed my horse. I hit my horse with one of the rocks. That's all right. We've got more Vader hot bloods. Vader. Someone said it was Vader. I don't know if it's water or Vader. It's a Vader hot blood. And nobody's assaulting me here. I literally just can kill them at will. Whatever skill this is related to, I think this helps your throwing, right? Cole is, of course, just his skills are exploding. This is one of the things that happens when you have children in Bannerlord and they're high level, right? Your parents especially are high level. Your children come out a mix of skills from the parents. Oops, shit. I cut my way through here. The sturgeons are starting to push away in here. We might need to get a little more aggressive here. This is a ferocious force. They've destroyed a lot of the third corps. Finish that point though. Your children are a mix of the parents' levels, right? Generally, women come of age a little weaker than men. It seems, you know, this is more of our just baseline systemic sexism or whatever you want to call it. But in any case, the men come out very high level. I think Cole literally, when he came of age, was like level 32 or something like that. And so you get all these perk points, all these focus points, attribute points, and whatnot. And what that means is as you experience combat, you gain skills at an incredibly high rate. Just like that scout, Colharn is his name, he was gaining like one scouting point per foot he walked, right? Because they're learning, what's it called? The learning rate or learning level is maxed, right? It's just to the top of the chart. They have 0 skill points or 0 skill in that area. Damn, I'm almost down already. I just looked down. And they're maxed out, right? 8, 9 focus points, or 8, 9 attribute points and 5 focus points. Your characters are just gaining a huge amount of skill. Now look at how many archers we have here. This is literally 300 archers, and most of these guys can shoot. So the enemy is in a total maelstrom here. In fact, the 2nd Division reinforcements came in as archers, so we'll stick them on the other enemy flank. More enfilade fire for the enemy. Against the enemy, and I'm just going to clean up the margins of this. I have a sliver of health. But Cole's no coward, right? He fights even when he's in this situation. This can be dangerous because when you lose control of your character in a siege like this, it can go bad in a hurry. A little tip on that, I have managed to sort of recover. What I do is immediately tell all units to stop, and all units enter a line formation. I think that is the first time I ever sneezed in an episode, and hopefully I was able to get that mute button before you guys were subjected to that. Fortunately, I wasn't like getting attacked. That would have been awkward. Get killed while you sneeze. That's probably happened to somebody. So just to repeat that, and actually I may have to do it here because one hit, oh shit, it'll just take one hit and he'll be down. Yeah, it's almost like I didn't do that intentionally. All right, so what you do is you make a line and stop, F1, F6, and now you just got to clean the formations up, right? Everybody stop moving, right? It's basically like that game when you were kids, freeze. And now all I'm doing here is just cleaning up the formations because the AI takes over and it starts sending your troops all over the place. It does a bunch of dipshit stuff. It's almost like it's trying to sabotage you and make you lose the keep siege. If you don't do that, you will lose this keep siege. Your troops will literally run all over the place. Archers will charge the gate. Infantry will flee back to the city. It really is almost like the enemy AI is trying to win the siege by fucking you over. So if you're going to do this, if you're going to emulate or do something similar to this in this castle, and your character gets knocked unconscious, be ready with those commands, right? Tell everybody to stop. Tell everybody line formation. What that does is it pulls them out of like scatter formation or weird formations they're in, and then immediately tell all units to stop. And then you should be able to recover pretty easily from there, right? Restack your squares here. This is a pillar defense where you got squares on both sides. You don't have to do this. I'm just doing this because I have so many infantry. And this is a little bit more effective than one square because the enemy gets effectively funneled between them and they're turning their back to all these troops. But you don't have to do this. One square is definitely sufficient. Look at this guy. This is from the, it's called a Random Bodies mod. He's got like a fucking painted war face. That is fucking amazing. That's definitely one of the best mods for immersion. Every unit on the battlefield technically is unique. Now, we've all been in battles where you had, 200 Battanian Fiends and they literally looked like you cloned them, from Star Wars. With this Random Bodies mod, that's no longer the case. Some guys have short legs. It feels like they can't kick. And I do wonder, actually, now that I think about it, does having a tall character make it easy for you to kick guys? Because Wazu certainly kicked the shit out of everything. He had a long leg. You can picture a big old 3-foot, muscle-bound leg coming out from Wazu, just kicking the enemy all over the place. That might be it. Charge. Let's fucking rush out here and kill them if they're going to flee. That's it. Anyways, to finish that point, I think short guys can't kick very far, right? They don't have the reach. Their foot doesn't go very far, extending from their quadriceps, so. And that was that. Look at how easy this was, right? That was an elite emphasis on elite Sturgeon force, and we just completely pulverized them. Cole gained, 20 levels in this episode. He's level 60. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but look at that shit, right? He got massive skill points. He got 70 athleticism points from that. And a lot of that is throwing those fireballs. Companions leveled up here. This Sturgeon force, come with us, you bitches. Right? We just totally own these guys. They're not all here. I wonder if some of them fled, and we're going to have to try to chase after them outside the castle. But mission accomplished, right? This giant force here that would have been incredibly hard. Not just incredibly hard, but we'll take these troops, actually. These are from them killing villagers. These giant looter parties. I won't take advantage of that too much, but we'll do it once or twice here. They're garbage troops. It's not like that's going to swing the campaign. I can explain that in a second, but this Sturgeon force, that was a menacing 3,000 plus elite troops, and we just completely shoved their shit in with that castle defense. So you can see, we get a little autosave here, you can see how vital this castle is, right? This is a bastion for us. Even when we make our own kingdom, it's going to be helpful. Okay, these motherfuckers here. We're going to release our attack dog, Arwa. We're going to give her some more cavalry here to make sure she's loaded up with cavalry, and then we're going to send her after some of these guys, right? Try to catch these fucks before they flee. In fact, we can give her these mounted pillagers, these mounted looters and shit. We'll exit the castle here, and hopefully we can run them down. They're scattering every which way. Come with us. This is the Grand Prince Yorg. We should be able to auto-resolve. Actually, I'm not going to auto-resolve that. We might experience significant losses. I'm just going to fight this out. It's going to be a small battle here. But these battles, you know, where it's close to 50%, I'm not going to auto-resolve these all the time, because sometimes you get skewered in a battle like this. And with the rest of the frontier on fire, you know, we can't afford to have 200 more casualties here. We're already majorly banged up after that battle. You know, a lot of our companions, of course, are at 10% health and whatnot. We're gonna fight it out here against these sturgeons. Now, I'll make it short and sweet, right? We're gonna use the RTS mod to kind of speed through these battles. I'm not gonna spend 12 minutes talking to you about strategy, right? We're just gonna standard C formation here, open up a wide crane formation on them, envelop them, send horse archers to the other side, and, you know, win the day, right? This is going to be a 2-minute battle. Although it'll be interesting, right? The Grand Prince, or whatever this stupid fuck is called, this terrible haircut, his birth control haircut, and his bad mustache. You know, this guy is strong enough to kill Cole, right? We're going to have some major brawls in this campaign against enemy lords. And obviously the Grand Prince and guys like Caladog, man, when you meet them on the battlefield, it's going to be a clash, right? These guys have better skills than Cole. So it's going to be interesting. So they're sending some horse archers here, but it's not very many. We have enough cavalry just to attack and push them back. We're going to move up our units here in a hurry. Like I said, I don't want to spend 12 minutes on this battle. This battle here is a 0% shot loss. You can see from the power bar, even if we auto-resolved, we would win. The key here is I don't want to suffer 150 losses. They got a bunch of elite horse archers. Their forces are pulling back. Oh, you know what they're doing? They're committing a ritual self-suicide here with the defensive ring strategy. This is one of the worst parts of the AI when it comes to the combat map. And that's saying a lot, right? They have this defensive ring, ostensibly. They're trying to protect their archers and pound us at range with their archers. The AI must be doing this because it's outnumbered, and 2, it must have a lot of archers. Those are sort of the requirements that tell the AI, hey, you should do this. But they're too tightly packed together. A proper ring defense has enough room for all the archers to still be at least in line formation, if not spread. These guys are like in a square. It's a worthless formation. And the next 60 seconds will show you how worthless it is, right? All we have to do here, besides sort of skirmishing with their cavalry, is surround this ring and pound it until it breaks formation. Most of you guys already know this, but when the enemy suffers a 20-30% casualty rate in a situation like this, it'll charge. It basically, the AI is like, things don't appear to be going well. We're losing all our troops and not scoring any kills. Let's change our strategy. And of course, if you already know this is the case, then it's highly exploitable. Not only can we depend on pounding this with range, with arrows at range, but then we can also count on them charging right into a C formation, a crane formation kill box. This battle is going to be short and sweet. So we'll stick some horse archers here on the flank, right? These are the easiest guys to get flanking fire on the enemy. The enemy is in a sort of defensive bowl there. It's kind of hard to get line of sight, but it'll just take a second here of maneuvering for us to get a good position on them. They've got horse archers sort of haplessly running back and forth. Her head went flying. Cole and my comfort level with this character is rising rapidly. I got a new gaming mouse. Believe it or not, it was just like a $30 gaming mouse, and I'm sticking with it because I'm really comfortable with it. It's highly consistent, which is the most important thing to me for a gaming mouse. And I'm starting to feel not unstoppable, of course. We just got our ass kicked in the last siege, but Cole is starting to feel like a badass, right? My controls over this character is getting to a very high level. I haven't felt this comfortable in a while. And it's bad news for the enemy, right? Now, they're scoring some kills. They have a lot of archers and a lot of horse archers. Like I said, they probably have as many archers as we do. That's why they're forming that defensive ring formation. But you can see how effective it was, right? It wasn't at all. Now they've already broken out like I expected them to. And the rest of their forces are just pigs to the slaughter here. They got archers, but they can't really see us that well. Holy fuck. I got to get him a better helm. That one arrow shot did like a fourth of his damage. Of course, he's still gaining hit points, right? Once we get the high endurance perk, what is it? The I don't remember what it's called, but the endurance perk you get at 275 or 250 or whatever, you start gaining massive hit points. Then Cole is going to be a true badass, right? He's not quite a badass, but he's getting there in a hurry, right? He's already savage on a horse. He does a lot of damage with this axe. I'm getting comfortable with the range of it, right? With how far and how fast it is. I'm still... There's one of the enemy lords right there. Did you see him running around with his axe? I'm not going to stand there in front of his archers and fight that guy. But we definitely want some duels in this campaign too, right? We want to have some battles with these lords. Hell, I might even get off my horse if they're on foot and fight them hand to hand. It'd be kind of ironic if Cole got killed in a situation like that. This battle's over, so we can just start speeding through this. But the point, though, is that I'm starting to feel really good in this campaign. Of course, Cole is getting stronger in two ways, and what I mean by that is my control of him. First, his character is getting all kinds of perks, right? These perks are getting leveled up. The second part is that the more I play with him, the more comfortable I get, right? This axe, this tier 5 axe, we picked it up at a tournament or something like that. It's really fast, and I'm getting really comfortable using it on both horseback and on foot. I mean, that's a lord here. Let's fight this guy on foot. I mean, I have no health here, so this is probably dumb, but let's do this shit. Come get some, bitch. Oh, shit. See, he's got short legs. I got owned like a bitch. That was pretty bad. I look like a total dipshit there. A little bit of hubris, but that's all right. Unless Cole is killed, that would be the most ignominious death of all time. You get killed trying to kick a lord. Okay, no deaths, so we can just laugh it off. But Cole, obviously, you can see I'm not quite there yet with him, but in no time at all, like a couple episodes, he is going to be a thundering beast in this campaign. Look at how big this guy is. He's like off the map. Give me his axe, right? Please let there be loot. Like a legendary axe, two-handed drilled axe or some shit. That would be sweet. Come on, come on. A rusty drilled two-handed axe. That's bullshit, man. Clearly the guy's not swinging a rusty axe. I mean, if we were in Botania and it was raining every day, I would agree, but... No. Alright, well, so dispatched that huge force of sturgeons. We're going to regather up a few armies here because there's multiple locations under siege, and I think XXVI is next, right? Cole is literally going from kingdom to kingdom, humbling their lords and grand princes, and fucking King Erdogan and the Valandians were bitch slapped. And next up are the XXVI. We'll see if the XXVI are any match. Our good friend Guzid is developing a large army too, but we want peace with the Valandians. The Valandians have been at war with us for a while. Let's see what these guys want to do here. I'm not going to vote. It's 50-50. You know what? Fuck this stupid vassal or this stupid sultan. They can't decide. Let's go ahead and vote for more war here. We'll tilt this towards war. I don't mind the Aserai getting beat on too, right? I like the action. It's good for Cole. And if and when we become our own kingdom, if the Aserai are sort of wobbling, that's just fine with me, right? It'll make it easier for us to become our own kingdom. Of course, I know I'm trying to make this campaign more difficult, but sometimes we're going to take advantage of what we can. All right, I remember I told you I would do some editing here. I'm going to do a little editing and we'll be on our way. I think we're going to be able to catch any of those sturgeons. So we will head on probably to the defense of Onira. We got Guzid here, but this fucking guy, even though there's a city right there, he's gonna go siege a Southern Empire city. He's one of those all brawn, no brain guys. I like Guzid, but he's acting like a dipshit. My firm belief, 20% of the world, including, the Bannerlord world, is dipshits, so maybe Guzid's one of those dipshits, just staggers through life. I guess we'll recruit some troops here, so recruit some armies, add some guys to our army again, because we got to do it all. Who knows how many Khazate are there? It looked like they were attacking multiple locations. They already took Huss and Folk. They might be heading to Danustica next. That's our capital. Obviously, we will defend that to the death. And I'm just going to gather a bunch of these forces. The Aserai have an enormous amount of armies, maybe 20 or 25 armies. And they're not forming a big army. They're just all these armies running around. Look at these perks. These are probably the 2 single best perks, and I just got them both for Cole. What an amazing change to his power that is, right? He gets the extra hit points, and he's starting to throw javelins through shields here, right? So Cole is going to start turning into a beast in this campaign. Obviously, a lot of his skills are still kind of raw, still getting a lot of his skills powered up. But for a guy who I've only been playing for like a week, he's becoming a beast in very quick order. I mean, he doesn't even have 250 two-handed. His tactics we can boost a little bit here. And you might say, why are you boosting tactics? There are a few things in the tactics area that I do want to boost, and frankly, I'm already running out of points. So the Khazate, obviously, we want to have a decreased ranged taken banner, right? We're going to get shot at if it's Khazate. I like that banner in general because I get shot at more on a horse than I get attacked by weapons, except for the occasional savage spear. Now look at this shit. The Khazate is way stronger kingdom than us, and they're just one of 4 countries, or one of 4 kingdoms that our genius sultan here is at war with. Odrissa castle is besieged by the Khazate. So it's an onslaught, right? I use that word a lot, but this is a true onslaught. The Khazate are everywhere. They're overwhelming our frontier. It was the Valandians a week ago. Now it's the Khazate. And what is that? Two armies and a bunch of small armies. 3 armies. There's a 3rd huge Khazate force. This is a huge force. We're going to need more troops. That's got to be 3,500 Khazate that are sieging Onira. So it's time to just bring them all in. We have 900 influence. This is going to take like half of it, or a third of it. Doesn't matter. We need them, right? And big battles are awesome for tactics. Big battles are just cinematic scenes, right? We've got the battle size mod, so there's going to be an incredible amount of troops on the field. Of course, the Khazate with all their horse archers. Hopefully this is an interesting battle here. Now we're going to get about, I think, 2,000, maybe 2,500 troops. We're going to be outnumbered. I think even if all of these armies arrive. And look at this shit. Horse archers, 370 horse archers, 778 horse archers. That one army has 780 horse archers. So they have 1,200 horse archers. This is going to be epic. Well, at least Guzid's defending this castle. This must be Khazate sieging that castle too. So the Khazate, they must have like 6 armies out there or something. They have 3 at Onira here. Oh shit. This guy just got killed en route to our location. We're losing reinforcements here. I guess they're this buck here, this sturgeon. Here we go. Here's a nice train of reinforcements. Yeah, that'll get our numbers up in a hurry. These little scattershot armies are attacking our reinforcements here and making it hard for them to get to us. Still, 2,700. This is probably the biggest army I've had under Cole in this campaign. I mean, this is a huge army for any stage of a campaign, but for a mid to early stage, this is extremely large. And we've got ourselves a battle royale here, right? Strap yourself in, friends. Hopefully this is a good battle. Cole, of course, is very delicate. He still only has like 150 hit points, 140 hit points, and we got to upgrade his armor. Holy shit, look at the strength of these guys, right? Look at these enemy lords. Of course, they're benefiting from that strength and AI mod, and basically they're better than Cole, right? Every lord on the battlefield is stronger than Cole, and as tempted as I am to use the 50% player damage, we will fight with full Bannerlord difficulty. See if there's any last second perks here, because I gotta be honest, friends, I'm a little nervous. I don't usually get nervous in battles like this, but I'm playing with this new mouse. This is a battle royale here. We're outnumbered by about 600. It's Khazate, and this is a very critical battle in this campaign. And of course, appropriately dumps us in with no fucking pomp and circumstance, right? We don't even get to assign our units. I don't get a shock troop division. I don't get a skirmisher division. I just get, good luck, here you go. We're going to dump your troops in. So I'm going to try to come up with a coherent plan here. I want 3 cav divisions, 2 archer divisions, 2 infantry divisions, and a horse archer division. So the normal divisions, 4th, 5th archers, 2nd, 3rd cav. I will also have the 8th cav be an attacking cav. I will be having them follow me a lot. 4th and 5th, I want to put up on this bank here in the trees. Not because the trees give them a lot of cover. It helps a little bit with arrows. But if they're getting charged by horse archers, at least the horse archers will get stood up a little bit. Now I'm going to do 2 different tranches here of what I hope is shield and shock. Cole, he loves his shock troops, right? There's probably 120 two-handed Aserai forces in our army, and these guys are going to be wailing away anytime a fucking Khazate horse is stupid enough to stand there. And we'll put them, of course, behind the cavalry, since a lot of those guys have no protection at all, right? Just a big axe in their hands and no shield. Now, unfortunately, this is the garrison. This is their idea of coordination. They're just going to barrel in here, right? Just absolutely the worst possible strategy. Like 30 guys just suiciding. Well, we will let them just die here. There's no reason for us to engage. We're going to make the enemy come to us. The reason I say that is because you can usually look at the size of that horse archer division. You can usually count on horse archers attacking you, right? It is a weakness of the AI. It should be sitting back and playing defensive, but it's sending them in. So we'll try to make sure these lines are strong, right? Shield and shock, and we're going to try to do a little bit of trapping in this battle, right? We have to try to slow down their cavalry. If we can slow down their cavalry, horse archers that are not moving, I say it all the time, are dead. Shit, their heavy cav is barreling in here, so we're going to peel out of here. We want to be the one initiating the surprise attack, not the one getting ambushed here. They are just full-on barreling in on us. All right, we'll fight this handful of cavalry, I guess. We can't let them push us to the edge of the map. Yeah, Cole's two-handed speed is still pretty slow. He swings his axe a little bit like he needs to weight lift some more. But that's good death spam, right? Those are the initial javelins flying from all these Aserai Ferris and whatnot. The shock troops, I'm just charging here in case there are cav on the line. That's a temporary charge. In fact, as soon as they start to break out past the cavalry here, I'm going to start to get uncomfortable. However, with the way they're barreling in here, I'm going to push some cav divisions forward, and we're just going to try to fight blow to blow in this early stage. We might even be able to trap some of them here against these rock walls. We're not playing at the very back of the map. We're not going to do that. But what we can do is we can surround these horses and pin them in with cav walls in a shield wall, right? We will have 2 thick cav lines coming in here. Now we can start bringing these guys. Look at this shit. We can just totally jam them against these horse archers. Now it's extremely perilous, right? Did you hear that? There's just so many arrows being shot at us, but these guys are now going to try to get out of here right into the midst of our awaiting cavalry. How come oh shit, that's an ally. I've got the little icons kind of turned down. I can't move, and there's no horse archers for me to hit, but listen to the arrows hammering these guys, right? All I hear is horses dying and arrows hitting the body of horse archers. They definitely took the worst of that exchange, and we can make a few more of them pay on the way out here. Now, it's a little confusing because I have probably 6 to 10 cons guards in our army, so hopefully that doesn't fuck you up. I will probably leave the little icons, the little friendly icon as it is, and I know that can be difficult. We are yellow though, and they're blue, so for the most part it'll be, you'll be able to tell who's who, although admittedly a lot of guys watching this are like, come on man, turn that shit up, I can't tell who's who. It's already going to be a giant chaotic battle, but I'm trying to sort of find a balance between having this big ugly stupid golden orb over all of these guys' head, and actually being able to see who's enemy and who's ally here. So we'll be holding fire a lot in this battle for sure, right? Because obviously every time the horse archers cycle out, if you're... Holy shit, that should have killed that guy. 71 on a swing to the neck. I guess I need to sharpen my axe. Maybe I'm look at these guys. These are allied forces. They are facing the wrong fucking way. jammed up against our cavalry. They look like enemy troops. I mean, this AI sometimes will make you just want to just grate your head with a cheese grater. 422 horse archers they have. Holy fuck. We got to trap some of these guys. I mean, it's every time we try to trap them, we're going to suffer losses, but we have to kill them, right? These guys, otherwise they're just going to pick us apart. They're pouring in again. If we can just swivel our formations around, move the cav lines. Oh shit, that was a lord. If that lord hit me with that spear, I might be dead. Look at them all jammed up there against that rock. If we can bring in cav again behind that and infantry, man, we can do some major damage to them. The rest of their forces are a long ways away. Let's do this. Let's get the 8th and 3rd driving in on them here. Horse archers can just be positioned kind of out here in the open. The rest of their troops aren't here to help. Let's charge. They're actually charging us. Very bad decision. Damn, they're starting to get out early. Let's see how much of this we can jam up here. There's that lord, fucking bitch. Holy shit, there's a lot. I feel like I'm swimming in a sea, an ocean of horse archers here. Fortunately, when they bail out, usually they don't swing their weapons unless you're by them for a second or two. So, oh shit, they just turned to shoot. All right, we gotta peel back. This is going to be very much a back and forth battle at the beginning here while they have 400 and something horse archers wheeling and shooting, right? It's so deadly. And we're outnumbered, right? We just can't, we can't have a 1-to-1 ratio of kills. We're going to have to exceed that. Look at how many. They just cover the whole battlefield. Look at this lone wanderer. All right, let's peel back again. I know this is not the most exciting, but this is just necessary. If we can pin them in here, we might be able to get one good devastating trap on them. That's all I'm looking for. If you can get a really devastating trap, you can kill scores in one sally. And of course, we're getting low on ammo. I'm looking up, we got 50% in our archer divisions. Here they come again. Jesus, it's just a hail of arrows. Be patient here, patient. We'll open fire and start wheeling cavalry around to try to hem them in here. I might even get aggressive with the infantry if they're close enough. Look at how many there are. It just looks like the whole fucking surface of the grass out here is covered in horse archers. Well, they're not looking at me. Bad decision, right? We'll come in here with our axe and fucking cut some of these guys down. They're really close to our cav and infantry here. Let's attack these bitches, right? Let's get aggressive. They will get somewhat jumbled up on their own resources here, right? Their own horse archers kind of pen them in here. God, they're slugging it out. These guys are wailing away. I better hold my shield up or I'm going to get fucking mown down. They're faster than me as a horseman. Of course, I have what, like... Actually, I don't remember. I think I'm like 200 riding skill, right? So we don't have elite riding skill. It's getting there, but... again, you have to remember, Cole is relatively new to the battlefield, right? Even Wazu was considerably more powerful than Cole. Oh shit, reinforcements just popped in, just magically appeared. So we're going to continue to reset, right? As long as the AI is going to send half of its army in at a time, or maybe it's 2/3 of its army, right? They don't have any infantry or archer support, right? They're all just hanging back, and so we're not going to engage them. We're going to make them come to us. If they want to continue to come up here and pinprick us, we will absorb those pins. We could square the first. That'll help those guys survive a little better, and we can actually drive in here with the 3rd Corps just to buy time for that 3rd Division, right? Those guys need 20 seconds to get back to the lines. God, these guys take 2 hits to kill. 107 right in his fucking face, and it didn't do shit to him. Well, it's very much a war of attrition. I bet they're getting low on ammo too, right? We're going to come to blows here soon because they're going to have no ammo, right? I mean, now horse archers get 2 quivers, so they're definitely not out of ammo, but I bet they're getting low. I'm getting low on cavalry too. We've lost a lot of cavalry in these exchanges, and obviously because they have way more cavalry than us. Now I've got a mixed division. The second division is cav and archers, which is suboptimal, but we're just going to use it. If I try to separate it, unfortunately, I'll just get 2 divisions that are cav and archer, which is that's even more suboptimal, right? That's very suboptimal. I don't think the third corps is almost destroyed. I just can't combat these guys with typical cavalry, not until we get reinforcements. Now, a couple of these armies have a lot of the Benis, not the Benis Alal, they have a lot of Jawal. I saw one army that had like 30 Jawal. Now, that's only happening through prisoners, right? Through battles, kill this lord. Attack, charge. Oh, never mind, she got cut down, or he got cut down. They're charging us? No, they're trying to circle. Well, maybe these troops charging can get in on their flank. Oh, they're driving up towards the rocks. Let's see if we can't trap them here. We just need one good trap, man. I'm just fucking asking for one good trap. It's like being at a casino. I just need one, jackpot, and then we can leave. Look at how far up they are. The rest of their forces aren't anywhere near to help them. This is an F1, F3 situation with one exception, right? I still want to try to get units back here as a block. We want to try to prevent some of these guys from getting out of here. Every time they run through here, they're doing mega damage. Of course, Cole's taking his he's taking his fee. Come get some, right? We're going to take 3 or 4 of you every fucking time you retreat. It's exhausting, but we got to reset again. I mean, these are the tactics you got to do if you're going to try to beat a Juggernaut Khazate force. I've had so many battles in Bannerlord, and I know what happens. If you take the offensive here, you're fucked. They start circling you. Their archers start fucking hammering you while you're trying to move in on them. The next thing you know, there's horse archers rampaging everywhere with their glaive. Your guys are all chasing the ghost, right? When they chase horse archers, they'll like swing their sword at them, and then they're chasing the guy who's running 30 miles an hour. These are more allied forces just running to their death. And then while your units are chasing one horse archer, they get glaved down by the next, right? We got ourselves a stalemate here. There's a massive amount of horse archers, but they're regrouping. Again, with this battle size mod, there's oh shit, we've got one division that I lost track of, the 5th division. 6, 7. They have about 700 units on the field, and we probably have 600, 700 too. We're not that badly outnumbered, right? It's not like it's 2 to 1, but we're significantly outnumbered, and they probably have better troops than us. We have a lot of peasants because we're going to have some of these low-level units coming from these armies that we called to us. We do have a lot of archers, though, up on this bank. I can flank with one of these divisions. It's very messy. These are not my normal divisions. I'm just kind of trying to shoot from the hip here. I have a 9 cavalry total division playing a shield wall, right? That's all I have. Not a lot of options here, especially with my cav division. That's one of theirs, I think. This son of a bitch here. Kill this guy. I don't have a lot of options, right? With our cav division combined with our archers. Our infantry is right there. They almost charged our infantry. Let's fucking charge these guys. They're like almost facing our infantry. Again, they're trying to circle. They've already given 2 good circles on us. But we're making them pay, right? Each time they try to circle us, they're losing a lot of troops. Once they get... Oh, they're in our midst here. Let's all out charge. Every single guy charge. F1, F3. They're trying to come out. Now look at this. They're just running into a maelstrom. Cut them down, boys. Yeah. They're all stuck and can't move. I mean, they're racking up kills, too, because they're wailing away with their glaive. But that was a good exchange for us, right? There's fucking horses and bodies flying all over the place. They're still not out, right? There's still guys trying to make their way out. These are all our horse archers. We have a horse archer division that's also combined with archers, the 4th. These little artifacts, these things occur with the battle size mod, right? With 2,000 units on the battlefield, a lot of times it'll give you infantry in your 1st, cavalry in your 2nd, shock troops and cavalry in your 3rd. I beg your pardon, cavalry in your 3rd, and then horse archers in your 4th. That's why you get these mixed divisions. It's a tight battle, but maybe we have a very small edge at this stage. I'm just going to reorder our lines here and be patient. In fact, I'm going to grab a little drink of water here. I've learned to give commands almost while I'm reaching for my water. Battles like this, man, you got to have endurance. I mean, what did they have? 4,300 troops or something, right? Or 3,600 troops or something enormous like that. Now they're sending in lethal cavalry. I mean, these are fucking Vanguard and elite cataphracts still. Nasty. These are Drudzinic champions. My horse almost died right there. My horse is just covered in blood. This has already been a great battle, and it's just starting. We've got some guys here now where we can actually start running over these archers. You see all these archers out here that are moving up on us? This is a problem, right? These guys combined... Oh, shit. There goes the horse. Fuck, I gotta call a horse to me. What division do I have? I got the 8th division. Get over here, boys. Now I gotta try to survive till they get here. I'm in a maelstrom. My companions are getting obliterated next to me. We got a half a health bar, but that won't last long, surrounded by cons guards. And I gotta steal your horse, dude. I apologize. Good luck. Alright, what do we got here? I got a fuck ton of cavalry and horse archers in the 4th. I'd love to have a cav-only division. Eventually, the 3rd is going to come out as all cavalry. And I wonder how soon we're going to start getting camels. Pretty soon, right? The camels will come out in the tier 4 units, right? Generally, when you have the settings like I do set to the highest, your units come out... Shit. Your units come out in order of what level they are. And we need them right now. Look at this shit. These are all marksmen. That's like 150 marksmen moving up on us. And our archers are, it's almost like they're that sophomore trying to ask that senior out. They're highly hesitant and nervous. It's not going to go well. Their infantry's rampaging on our sort of, our lines are totally unformed here. I got no infantry division. I've got one infantry division with 54 guys and no other real infantry division. Oh, we just got some reinforcements in. Let's see what we can make use of these guys here. But we got to deal with these archers. Look at this shit. These are all marksmen and paladin guards, all tier 5. And they're just moving in for the kill. We're going to lose this battle unless we get some cav running through here real quick. In the short term, before I get some real cav, I can help, right? I can just come through here and interrupt guys, keep my shield out when I can so I don't get cut down. Now we've got one, it looks like a cavalry division did arrive, right? It's following me. I see a whole bunch of brown camels following me, and I'm just going to repeatedly run these guys through the archers, try to get our archers established, and interrupt theirs. Now, they got melee in here. This is turning into a chaotic battle, and that's how we like them here, right? Chaos is good. I'm an agent of chaos, right? We've got some chaos going on, that's for sure. I mean, there's guys getting chopped down left and right, marksmen's everywhere, horse archers still. And the death spam looks really bad. We've got to keep these camels coming through here, right? I mean, they're not all camels, but that's a lot of camels. There's got to be 30 or 40 camels right there. I get some people say that they want me to ride a camel. Well, sorry, fellas. I'm going to keep my fast horse. I'm on a Wadar hot blood, right? These things are amazingly fast. You can jump. There's so many reasons I prefer this horse. You know, we'll see. We may roleplay, ride a camel a little bit, but not anytime soon. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. All right, I got to get forces here. I got to get my shield out and protect myself. Fuck, I'm getting surrounded by marksmen. Let's call these cavalry in here and try to interrupt these guys. Fortunately, they're reforming, right? We can do some damage here on the way out. Try not to get cut down. These guys are all tier 5. Fuck off. We got to get archers reestablished here. Okay, I got 4 straight divisions. I got a horse archer division in the 4th. Let's split these guys. Let's get the 2nd positioned up here on the ridge. 2nd can be split into 2 different divisions. This is starting to go good, right? They are retreating right into our infantry. Fucking palms are sweating. My mouse is moving around. My mouse pad is moving around beneath me. Let's get that fucking 1st division split. Let's get a 6th division here. I can't even click it. I'm like fucking shaking with adrenaline. All right, get your lines formed, men. Fucking guys are getting cut down. It's beautiful. It almost makes me emotional. Look at this fucking battle. There are troops as far as you can see. So we have this horse archer division, the 4th. I can put a big line of cav in front of us while we reset our lines here. I'm going to get 2 infantry divisions. Once we get our infantry and archer divisions established, then we can start doing some real tactics. Oh, motherfucker, you lost your horse. You're a dead man. Die, you bastard. Look at all these camels. There's got to be 40 camels. Now, I can't find a mount, but one thing I can do is I can actually steal a mount just like I did earlier, right? Evidently, we're gonna lose multiple mounts in this battle. We're gonna be like Marshal Ney at the Baracina River. Okay, we got our horse archers positioned. We don't have as many archers as oh shit, almost got fucking skewered there. We don't have as many archers as I'd like. I can't actually see if the enemy's here, so I'm just going to charge with this 6th Corps. These giant camels are in our way. What is this, 40 camels? It looks like something out of Alexander. They're all roaring as our infantry pushes forward. Right, this is shield and shock. This is more like camel and shock. And what it was is the enemy had horse archers jousting here. We chased them off. Let's reset our lines again here, right? We'll reset our camelry line. Hopefully you guys don't mind me using that little pun. Look at how many there are. There must be 40 camels. All right, I'm going to split them and steal a few guys here. I also want a flanking division. Anytime you have this many, we want 2 divisions at least. That way we can flank and play defense. So they're massive camels too. Look at how tall they are. It looks amazing. And this battle hangs on the knife edge, right? It's razor close. All right, I'm gonna do this. Let's steal a camel. There's no other horses here. We will. You guys wanted Cole to ride a camel, right? Actually, you wanted Wazu. You'll have to settle for Cole, right? His inaugural camel riding session. We're gonna establish a big line here on the enemy flank and use it just to fucking skewer and trap horse archers. There's a huge amount of horse archers. Fortunately, these are middle tier horse archers. These are no longer cons guards. We're down to middle tier units too, though. You don't see us running around with, elite cataphract. We're gaining tactics skills. No shit, we're gaining tactics skills. We're breaking out every single tactic I know. Camelry. I can't even hit anything. He's so fucking tall. Let's charge with this main division and just push these guys off. Our archers are working. They're doing good damage at range. I have to like swing down on these guys. They're so short. But I also feel like nobody can even reach me. I literally feel like a giant on the battlefield right now. I need a longer axe. They're like, look at that guy's looking straight up at me to shoot. And he did shoot me right in the head. I think I took his head off though for it. He paid for it. All right, let's keep resetting our lines here. I still got to be patient. This battle is just far from over. If you're watching, you're about to X out, you're missing out, man. This is an amazing battle so far, and who knows how it's going to finish. Unfortunately, here we're suffering losses because their horse archers are just shooting right into the back of our regrouping units. There's nothing you can do about it. That's just their advantage, right? That's a horse archer advantage. I could form a camelry line. We might have 100 camels. So we have about 20 or 25 in our kingdom. I've been kind of keeping an eye. We've been recruiting prisoners, and I've been storing them. And it was actually that castle right there, Morania Castle. And we have some Beni Zalal in the battle too, right, which is also a minor clan. But these other armies must have 30 or 40 camels, because I bet there's 60 to 100 camels on the battlefield right now. And their horse archers are trapped. The rest of them are coming in here. Their infantry's too late. We're going to surround these guys and destroy them with camels. Camel charge, motherfuckers. I can get the feel of this. I mean, I feel like I'm literally flying above the enemy here. Our infantry's here too. They just got surrounded by camels. Let's bring these. They all roar. The camels roar, and nobody's going to be able to move. These Khazate are going to get exterminated. They're little tiny pathetic horses. We're just gonna stomp them with camels. Kill them all. Look at the death spam. Oh shit, that's an infantry division. Let's just square them there. It's facing the enemy lines. Let's just have them hold a shield wall. That must have been a snafu. We got to focus on these horse archers while they're here. These guys are vulnerable. They are surrounded. Look at the death spam. The shock troops are working on them. And that might have been the one trap we needed in this battlefield to win. We still got two archer lines, the 2nd and 5th. I'm just going to leave those divisions where they are. And now, you know what it might be time to do? It might be time to camelry smash this this enemy line here. They've got like a bunch of infantry and archers in a tight wedge together. Let's put camels on both sides, way out to the flank. We can charge with these 2 shock troop infantry divisions and sandwich them with fucking camels, right? We can have archers moving up that whole time as well. I just got even more camels. What is that, another 15 camels? This is amazing. And this might be an artifact from the Strength and AI mod, right? It's possible that some of these units are getting camels, not in our army, but in the Aserai from the Strength and AI mod. Or it might be that the minor clans get more camels. I don't really know this. That's a lot of camels, though. I must have 25 camels right here. All right, look at the enemies on the ropes here. We've got 2 infantry divisions starting to close. In shield wall now, they'll move to line once they're closer. Archers are moving up aggressively. I've got 134 cavalry on the other side, camelry. There's a mix of cav and camels. Over here, we're going to get this 3rd division stretched out. Look at these guys are fucking trapped. We can surround them here with horse archers. Infantry's coming up roaring. Get up here, boys. We need to be patient here because the timing has to be good, right? Let's have these guys throwing some javelins. Let's fucking do this shit, boys. Let's charge with both divisions. Shit, you guys are going the wrong way. Let me correct you guys. Let me give you the correct angle there. My units are getting fucking dizzy. Charge this shit. Let's barrel right in here. Look at all these fucking Khazate. Oh shit, we lose another fucking camel. I'm fucking surrounded. Or maybe they're the ones surrounded. I got my 2-handed axe. This might have been optimal. These are archers. I can just carve a path. Camels are charging on both wings, so they're not shooting. And I'm obliterating stuff. I mean, Cole is obliterating stuff. This guy is a beast. There's camels everywhere. It's carnage. It's dangerous to try to keep the momentum like this, but we're gonna try. They've got a huge infantry division trying to hold up. Fuck no, these archers aren't shooting. It's a bloodbath. Let's get these archers charging. We'll have them hold. Eventually, I'd like to get them on a flank and shoot, but right now I need every sword up here driving into the enemy. Sword to their kidney, right? As Napoleon said when he was chasing one of those English colonels in the Iberian campaign. Just carving archers apart. My health is perilous, though. Oh, they're on the run. Charge. An all-out charge here. You guys aren't making it out. Get up here, boys. Let's use this camelry and provide a wedge, right? We'll bring them up in a big shield wall in case these guys start shooting. Look at all the camels roar to the front. Get up there, camels. The enemy's charging with their horse archers. I gotta watch my health. I'm at an absolute sliver. I've got to get archer reinforcements positioned on the enemy's left. Let's use our right. These upper hills here should work well. You lost your horse, dude. I know how it feels. It's beautiful violence. It's absolute chaos. I wish I could tell you I had great tactics at this stage, but I just have guys F1, F3. We can't get this archer division positioned on these walls, right? I don't want to move them if they're in battle, but a lot of these guys are coming up as reinforcements. I'm obliterating their horse archers. A good 2-handed axe just carves apart horse archers. I mean, I've killed like 7 in the last 10 seconds. Shit, here comes a bunch of infantry. I gotta watch my health. I'm like 1 hit from being knocked out. Fuck you and your spear. Just took an arrow. I hear myself taking wounds. I can't look though. I'm just trying not to take a fucking sword to the face. I gotta help my men here though. We're in a fucking death match. I gotta get these archers up here. Shit, our reinforcements are 300 units away. I have no health left. We still have camels, though. As long as there's camels on the battlefield, I feel like we got a shot. Eventually, I want to get back on horse, but not yet. I got to get these units positioned. These archers, God, they're going to take at least 45 seconds to get here. Our reinforcements are so far away. And I feel for my men here, right? They're just fighting to the death. And these are not high-level units, right? These are Tier 2, Tier 1 infantry. Maybe some tier 3 mixed in, but these are weak guys and they're fighting to the death. God, hurry up, boys. We need these reinforcements bad. I don't know if these archers are close enough, but I'm going to leave them there for now. I can't have archers charge, and what that'll do with any guy that can't see or is too far, they'll move up. I'm going to play defense for a bit as my reinforcements come up here to make sure I don't get shot and killed. I probably should get on a horse. That'd be the safest thing. Of course, I can hear some of you guys saying, fucking pull your shield out, pull your shield out. How about we duck? Is that a nice compromise? Infantry lines are meeting theirs. God, these are scrub infantry. There's militia in here. That means we're down to the rags. I see recruits, recruits charging. Get in there, men! Let me steal this guy's horse here. There was one horseman. We steal his horse. We've got peasants roaring up. What an amazing battle. Get in here, archers. These guys are advancing and shooting. I can help them with the fringes of the battle here. And I'm probably more likely to survive on a horse, but I don't even want to say it. That's when you get shot off your horse and that's it. I just want to see if I can't help here at the margins of the battle. It's tight. God, all of a sudden there's a big bad death wave, then there's a good wave, then there's a bad wave. Battles don't get much more epic and amazing than this. This is an incredibly close affair. We've got a nice C formation there as we sort of wrap around them, but they have a lot of troops. Look how deep they are. I mean, they're 10, 12 units deep, right? The archers are starting to come on their flank. Let's spread them out on their flank a little bit. Maybe those guys can shoot. This is a battle where I should be on the floor with my guys, right? These guys are fighting for their lives. Let's join these boys. For glory, right? You just want to be able to yell it. You want to be able to have your guy yell it. Get in here. These are fucking recruits. But we have recruits too. This battle is down literally to the wire. I got guys chasing me. I'm one hit away from being dropped. They got horse archers back here pricking us. Fucking assholes. It's close. Come on, boys. I think we got it. Oh my god. We got this fucking battle. And we don't have many troops left. Not only that, but they're ragged looking. The day is ours! Oh my god. Ugh. I just got chills. This, fellas, I don't make this statement lightly. This was the most enjoyable battle I've ever fought in Bannerlord. I've played 10,000 hours of Bannerlord, and that was by far the most exhilarating, tight, challenging battle I've ever fought. I mean, tooth and nail with the Khazate here. So many different, like, almost chapters to this battle. Camels, fighting on foot, trying to trap their horse archers. That was an amazing battle. God damn. I hope you guys enjoyed that 1/10 of how much I enjoyed that. I mean, I literally have an adrenaline rush right now. I might need to go take a shower. I'm all pitted out and shit. And how critical for our campaign, right? We're outnumbered here. We rescue all these troops. We're probably going to get some prisoners rescued. Oh, beautiful, right? A sight for sore eyes here after we got battered in that battle. We'll take all of these prisoners. Cole is at 3 hit points. That's what I survived that battle with. 3 hit points. I mean, it doesn't get tighter than that. And exhilaration, right? For our campaign, for Cole, hopefully for the viewer, right? That had to be fun to watch. Like I said, that was probably the best battle I've ever been a part of. It was close. It was back and forth. I really didn't know who was going to win, right? And that's one of the joys, I think, that we share on the channel, because we do share our losses. Hell, we've shared already 3 or 4 big losses in this campaign. If this is the first episode you're watching on our channel on Tactical Enlightenment, just know that that's not par for the course. That's an incredible battle, but we do have incredible battles on a regular basis. So if you want to see epic siege, if you want to see epic battles like that, you're in the right place. I got to take a break. I need a shower. My hands are literally shaking. I'm holding one up right now. I can't hold it still. I think that's just adrenaline. Yeah, it's just a video game. But you get attached to these motherfuckers, right? I had peasants at the end there trying to slug it out against their peasants, and I've got a sliver of health. I mean, that was fucking amazing. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to wrap this episode up. In fact, I think these two different sections, I'm looking down at my little timer here. It says it'll be over an hour. So, of course, if you want to see more from this campaign, fellas, you want to subscribe and turn on notifications. I'm putting out 2-3 episodes a week. I appreciate you, fellas. Leave comments and even criticism, right? If I could have done something better there, let me know. I appreciate you, fellas. And with all that said, you know how it goes, guys. I will see you next time.